Let me fix this camera. Sorry I was late. A lot of news come out and I wanted to get it out there. Boy, things have changed left and right. Companies walking out of NASCAR, which I told you that was coming. What did I say? New Year's Eve? I even told you all this New Year's Eve. I believe I did. Um, a bunch of stuff has happened in NASCAR fans, and it's going to get worse. As Lowe's says goodbye, and they're setting and closing their doors so you can be in a FEMA camp. They're not just doing that. Well, Furniture Row Racing says goodbye, and sponsors disappearing. I'm gonna let y'all come on in. While y'all are coming in, my voice is a little bit better today. Thank God. I gotta see if my camera's working on my phone. If you have not heard, Ricky Stenhouse is not safe. He's about to lose his job. Daniel Suarez out of NASCAR. It's either Daniel Suarez or Denny Hamlin because Joe Gibbs wants the champion. And I mean, it would be great to see Kyle Busch leave. He has been talking about retirement. Remember that. He did say something about that last year. What if we have a shocker? Kyle Busch says, you know what? I know what's coming. I'm going to retire. I've won a championship. I'm going to spend time with my family. It could happen, folks. I've got people in the stable telling me Kyle Busch is talking about retiring, which good. So long. See you later. I'm sorry. I don't like him. He disrespected a bunch of race car drivers, and he disrespected Dr. Jerry Punch and John Kernan, and those are big elites to ESPN that I have a lot of respect for. He's actually disrespected Eli Gold at Talladega once, and Eli Gold was one of the best and respectful guys in Birmingham. Used to work for WBRC6 before he went to announcing football games for Alabama and NASCAR. But we do have some big problems in NASCAR. I told you the domino effect would get worse. The setup for Brian France to be caught with drugs and everything was fake for you to quit NASCAR, to quit watching NASCAR. They don't want you to go to no more events. They're probably jacking up the prices as we speak for 2019, so you will disappear. And that's what their plan is. I heard it's like $80 to get to Talladega next year. I'm getting that from friends of mine. But without further ado, let's listen to a little bit of weather is coming in. I just found out Norman has had a bad deal. It's 4. It's a category 4 heading toward Hawaii like I predicted a week ago. It's funny. I said a week ago. I told you I got people that's telling me that they've got these controlled storms. So let's go. Let's go to the surprise, folks. Here you go. Out of David Land. You can subscribe to him if you want to. David Land tells it like it is. I told you Jimmy Johnson was going to lose his sponsor, and I told you others was going to lose their sponsor. I don't think we're done. I think the snowball is going to get worse, folks. Here you go. Enjoy this wild race. Unbelievable. I put it on the hardest level, and all I got to say is I can't believe how the finish was. Here you go. Enjoy.
In the year 23,012 BC, Lenny the traveling salesman rented from Thrifty at a small rate. Today, Thrifty car rental.
Yeah, whatever. Come
This
on.
week we discovered that the NASCAR champions may be shutting down operations for 2019. We also discovered that Felipe Massa has an incredible ability to stick his foot in his mouth. And also, Fred Watch 2018 has become so red hot, the city of St. Petersburg, Florida has declared a state of emergency. This is This Week in Racing. So it broke broke in the middle of this week that Furniture Road Racing and the potential sale of the whole team to GMS, which currently participates in the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series of NASCAR, was looking to make a move to the Cup Series full-time in 2019, will not go through. So this has sent a lot of rumors and a lot of speculation that Furniture Row Racing will be finished for 2019. Now, there's a lot to go over in this story because there's a lot of moving parts. But particularly, one of the things that's most interesting to me is the fact that it seems like the loss of 5 Hour Energy as a sponsor, which happened earlier in this year, has really sped up the process of potentially a team owner in Barney Visser who's not as interested in NASCAR as he previously was. He's pretty much accomplished everything you could possibly want to in NASCAR after winning the championship with Martin Truex Jr. last year. That being said, Furniture Road Racing has been one of the great stories of NASCAR in the past few years, and in fact the past few decades, really, if you think about it. A small startup team which managed to get affiliated with Joe Gibbs Racing and really started producing a really top flight organization. And there's a potential that they could double up their championship this year. Of course, Martin Truex Jr. has been one of the hottest drivers, one of the big three, as it's called in NASCAR, between Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch as well. And the potential that this team could have 2 championships and then be out of the series next season is something a little bit alarming. I'm not going to lie to you on that one. But at the same time, I'm not even sure there's really a precedent for that if it does indeed happen. I can't remember the last time a team was this dominant and then was just immediately disbanded. Now, I'm sure there is some precedent out there, or I'm just forgetting something. But this is fairly big news. And again, there's always the potential that they could find a sponsor and continue going. But again, from what I understand and from what I've been...
David Land, it's going to snowball. Okay, it's not just going to be Martin Truex Jr. There's other race car drivers planning on leaving very, very soon. As only 156 days until World War III is what Putin is saying, and Edward Snowden is telling us. It just happened the same way in the 60s in World War II, is what my grandfather told me. He said Bargaintown closed, and other companies closed, Zare and Kmart, and they acted like that it was over. And after everybody died and everything, they came back from underground and rebuilt it, and it's the same thing. They're just going to depopulate the country, and yeah, just be ready. You better be under the ground and get ready, guys, if you want to survive this sheep about to be slaughtered. I mean, pretty much. But David, I'm gonna tell you, man, I tried to tell you, you laughed in my face, and this is why I'm calling you out. David Lynn, it's not all about NASCAR. It's about people's lives. It's about people that's being treated like crap. You're sitting there saying that everything's hunky-dory when nothing is hunky-dory, when people are losing their jobs. Jobs are packing their bags and going underground. That's a bottom line, man. Lowe's is leaving. Furniture Row Racing is gone. I'm telling you, others are going to disappear. I keep on hearing Monster Energy's leaving. Thank God. See you later. You messed up NASCAR anyways. And this new package of NASCAR racing with 3 stages is garbage. It's 3 stages of hell. It's NASCAR went to Mario Kart, and that's what I call it. And I'm sorry, NASCAR is WWE fake NASCAR. I've already won 25 races this year, and I could win 28 this weekend at Darlington. And believe it or not, I'm not telling you my winner because I just have a feeling he's going to win, and it's going to make a storyline to the situation because he's losing a sponsor anyways. So this is the way I look at it. NASCAR fans, you need to start stocking up for food, water, and guns. China is coming in and kicking everybody's ass down there in Africa right now and in Australia. They're taking people's guns, folks. I'm not sitting here to be nice no more. We had a meteorite went across the sky last night. I seen it. I thought it was a shooting star, and then I get up this morning and it's all over the freaking news. So no, it wasn't a shooting star. It's a freaking meteorite. And then we have 3 gigantic asteroids. Don't know if they're going to hit us or not. NASA's been lying to us every day. And here is China and Russia at the same time in Antarctica with none other than 3 submarines. And what did the New World Order say last night? They said they were going to use submarines, missiles coming from the Antarctic. Y'all heard it. I don't know how many times I've got to say this. Get ready, guys. Get ready. Either survive or get the hell out. Survivor Series now, folks. It's the Survivor Series. That's all I got to say. I'm not pointing it no more. Trollers, either start listening to me or get the fuck out of my channel. I don't have to have you here. I don't need you here. It's not. I don't care if you subscribe or unsubscribe. It's about views, and that's it. I'm getting people's attention and waking them up because the end is near for you bullies. It's over. If you've not noticed, every church, every school, everybody that's been bullied on media is getting shut down left and right. And quite frankly, I could care less if you listen or not. Like I said, I know people that just want to listen. Grown-ups. So you decide what you want to do. Here we go. Keep on listening to this guy.
Told, it just seems like this is the way it's starting to head. Now, what is going to happen with Martin Truex Jr.? What is going to happen with Joe Gibbs Racing? Because now we're at a point where Truex is very much entrenched in that Toyota camp. Toyota clearly doesn't want him to go. I think they'd be silly to let him go talk to Stuart Haas or talk to another big team that might be willing to move some of their other drivers out of the way to get a NASCAR champion, the caliber of Truex, of course. And it seems like...
Well, it's silly season, and I keep on hearing Kurt Busch may be out of Stuart Haas. Ricky Stenhouse could be taking that spot. Not sure yet. Remember, Danica Patrick was good friends, was good relationship together, and Stuart Haas and Ricky Stenhouse is good friends. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. Tony Stewart and them used to go fishing together, so I'm just giving you heads up. It would not surprise me if you don't go to Joe Gibbs and takes either Kyle Busch's ride. This is silly season. You just said it. It's silly. But I got news for you. Money talks, and you know what walks. And I keep on hearing Toyota's leaving NASCAR. So whatever you think, David. Whatever you think. Toyota's not even in America no more. They're in Mexico.
Truex will stay in the Toyota and he'll be heading over to Joe Gibbs Racing. Now, of course, NASCAR has a rule that a team can only field 4 entries. A good idea. A lot of that has to do with the charter system that came in around 2014, 2015. So what happens? Who's out? Who's on the out and out in Joe Gibbs Racing? Well, the rumor mill seems to suggest that it's going to be Daniel Suarez. And, of course, this kind of ties into a story we had 2 weeks ago with Casey Kane leaving NASCAR. That opens a seat at the 95 for Loving Family Racing. And there seems to be the prevailing thought that Suarez will be moved.
Put Kyle Busch in that car. He said he can drive anything he wants. He said anything he can drive. It doesn't matter if it's a Toyota, a Ford, or a Chevrolet, or anything. He said just put him in anything. He said he can do it. Put Kyle Busch in that 95 car and see how good he really is. Guarantee you he's not.
Out of Joe Gibbs Racing. Of course, he was kind of a late call-up, if you will, to the 19 car when Carl Edwards suddenly announced his retirement. I would wonder if everybody has kind of known what the situation will be going forward for 2019, and that is why we saw Casey Kane leave. It's maybe not necessarily 100% Kane's choice. It may be because Toyota has decided to say, all right, well, Furniture Row is leaving the sport, but hey, Levine, if you put one of our drivers in there in your team, and allow us to give you some engines and some feedback, kind of a furniture row satellite team style of operation. They would be able to move Suarez out and bring Truex into Joe Gibbs Racing and essentially create an incredible super team over there with both Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. along with Denny.
Dude, a super team? A super team? Really? Kyle Busch and Martin Truex don't even get along. Do you see what they just did to each other at Bristol? Or did you forget? Martin Truex Jr.'s fan beat the hell out of him because Martin Truex Jr. couldn't even hit him because of points and trying to stay in the chase. So please, David, seriously, I used to like your stuff, man, but you're way off the freaking grid. Well, you do need to be off the grid, but not like this. But seriously, David, I'm starting to not like you anymore. You're getting awful, and you're gonna sit there and make fun of the people that's commenting down below. Look, if you don't like what they say, then go back to North Korea, go back to Japan, go back to China. Go do whatever you want to do. But I'm telling you right now, David Land, as your name is Land, guess what? We're gonna have a landslide, a tsunami. It's going to be a mudslide going down in Hawaii from these hurricanes. And when it happens, son, when it happens, it's going to be a 1,000-foot tidal wave coming into the West Coast. Mexico, California, Alaska, and other countries, which I could care less about. I only focus on America. But let me help you out, David Land. I'm going to vote that you lose your channel for lying to people. I'm going to vote. Because now these days, Donald Trump is calling everything fake news. Well, you are fake. You're completely fake. You're completely fake. I mean, seriously, you came at me, I'm coming at you. Just like BP Earthwatch come at me. Just like the others come at me. I'm coming at you. I'm like Brad Keselowski. You touch me the wrong way, I'm going to touch you the wrong way. That's all I got to say. Let's keep on. Let's keep on telling the lies, okay? Because I don't even know, dumbass, what just happened to Martin Truex Jr. He hates Kyle Busch's guts. So you really think that Martin Truex Jr. is going to go to Joe Gibbs Racing unless Kyle Busch retires and gets the hell out of the NASCAR? Joe Gibbs, you're a disgrace. Having Joe Gibbs Racing's name in NASCAR, putting Kyle Busch in a car the way he disrespected the fans, the way he disrespects the press, and the way he's a disgrace of NASCAR. Disgrace. No wonder Earnhardt wanted to shoot him a bird before he died. And he did. That was Kurt Busch. They're both idiots. So this is what I got to say right now, David Land. Toyota moving backwards. Chevrolet will be there, and they've won 30 championships since 1987, since I've been watching NASCAR. Ford has only won 3 championships. Ford. And if you did not know, Ford is satanic. Oh, but people thinks that's hate speech. I'm just calling it out. I'm just pointing it out, folks. All these big sponsors don't give a shit about you but making money and getting ready for war so they can kill you and get the next batch here for the next umpteen years. We're in the 30s now, right? We're going to be in 2030 before you know it. And yes, we are going to war. They just invaded Turkey, 300,000 troops deployed. Not war games, deployed, folks. You don't put them for war games. Sorry to break the news to you. So let's know what we're doing here, David. Seriously. You're just absolutely disgrace. You've got mud in your face. We will rock you. I'm so sick of people that don't know what's going on. You got 156 days to get ready, folks. And I'll give you the date. February the 2nd. No, February the 3rd, 2019. Do you know what 23 means now in the movies that they've been trying to tell y'all? 23 means 2-3. 2-3 is the number they want to use for World War III. 2-3. Okay? I told you this was a wild race. But let's keep on going. Large fireballs rattle homes, just like in Russia a couple of years ago. And you kids, you trollers, sat there and told me there were not no asteroids, there were not no meteorites. But I haven't heard a damn word of none of y'all since I told you that. Because you know I'm right. You know I'm right that they have destroyed the shield of the earth. You know what's pathetic? Y'all dumbasses are going to sit there and say, hey, well, it's going to hit us, it's going to hit us. Keep on. Here's your news right here.
And now you're here. Across the sky.
Oh,
This is another shot of it.
really? Former military speaks out. Large fireball rattles homes and mysterious booms leaves residents baffled. I'm not baffled. I've been warning y'all for years. I'm not baffled. The only thing you are baffled is you stupid idiots believed in the government that don't give a shit about you, but I give a shit about you. Hey, I got a good one. Jack Nicholson would always say in the movie Batman, hubba 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 hubba. Who do you trust? Me? Or your stupid government that don't give a fuck about you?
This is Dabu 7. An update here on the activity we've seen in terms of fireballs. Now, I put out an alert in regards to fireball activity around the 29th. This is because we had a larger asteroid coming our way, and anytime we had...
I put an alert out 8 days ago, just like you did, Dabu. Because we all work together as former military, working together. I am the Speaker of the Marines Militia, and there's nothing you can do about it, trollers and bullies. There's nothing you can... NSA can't even do anything about it. They tried, but they ain't doing nothing about it. SWAT team tried to do anything. They can't. CIA tried to. Nope, I'm working with the ex-CIA now. And they know they're done. Trump trying to get our jobs back, folks, YouTube trollers. Gonna get your money back. So keep on trolling me, man. Because the last time I checked, trolling is bullying. Oops. Looks like you're gonna have to find something else to do, like, I don't know, report real news.
Have that happen, it increases the odds of it kicking up anything out there in space and knocking it into another direction or sending something flying our way. We've seen this in the past. The best example that I could give for this is when they were monitoring Apophis, which was going by, and out of nowhere come this massive fireball from what they said was a direction of the sun. And that is the massive fireball that blew up over Chelyabinsk, Russia. It blew out windows, set off alarms, the whole nine. Now, in the past week or so, we've had a string of fireball and loud bang type of events. This one is what they're dubbing a meteor that was seen over Missouri on the 27th. And this one, of all of them, really has the strangest features in terms of the tail and everything else, and the way that it moves across the sky. This is another shot of it, and they have it listed as being very slow. They say it's very brilliant, but very slow. And as it comes in, it's just taking its time, and that it seems to be in two pieces at the end. It does not look like this shape that I just showed you right here from that angle. Nonetheless, a very mysterious fireball or streak in the sky that caught people's attention. And let's run down a list here. If you missed it, I just put out a video in terms of a big fireball seen over Australia. Here is another shot of it. And I have a video up on that you guys can check out. New Zealand, there was a streak caught in the sky with a massive boom. They don't know what it was. There's the trail of that object coming into the area. Then we have mystery surrounding a fireball coming down in Kota Balud. This is Malaysia. They're saying a fireball came down. Here, Grove Oak, this is in Alabama. This is on the 17th. Fireball is lighting up.
Oak Grove, Alabama, where my dad lives, out there close to the river. That's a big wreck. Told you my car was wild and tight. But yeah, that was Oak Grove, Alabama, is where that big tornado hit in 1998. It was actually first recorded ever. 6. It's called a I guess you could call it a 6. Category 6, like a hurricane. But yeah, Oak Grove, Alabama has been getting a lot of signs of the end is near. That's not the first signs. Corridor X, December the 26th, the new I-22 in Alabama, heading toward Jasper, coming out of Birmingham. I seen an asteroid, and I wanted to take a video of it, but I was driving, and Lindsay was with me at the time. I was actually taking her Christmas shopping, and I don't know if you remember that, Lindsay, but that's not the only asteroid that I have seen in the past. I mean, I've seen a couple, but seeing Wormwood closing in, what they said, there are asteroids getting closer and closer and closer. Every time the Wormwood gets closer, you're going to see signs of asteroids, because that's what's behind the planet. And that gigantic planet, what it is, these asteroids are hitting it like a pinball and bouncing off and hitting towards God knows where. And that's what's happening. There are asteroids and meteors out there, but they are, the leaders are trying to play God. And yeah, we're going to destroy each other. And looks like, I mean, y'all don't know how to work together as a team and like Americans and everything. And China does. And China's about to come in here with a old team, and they're about to destroy us if you don't listen. If you don't listen to former military that's speaking out and what I'm doing for the Marines militia, then you're an idiot. You're an idiot, and you're on my list, and you need to be demolished. That's the way I look at it. The way I look at it is, if you don't think they're going to come in here and rape you women and kids and men, you have another thing coming, because that's what they're doing in other countries. We are getting videos and stuff like that we can't even put on YouTube, because we would get a big strike. It's worse than 50 Shades of Grey.
Sky there. There's actually a couple different clips here of Alabama. Then they go on into detail here talking about Arkansas having a boom felt across the Twin Lakes area there. Then an unexplained boom rocking homes in Texas.
Yeah, I've already proved it. When and I'll tell you how I did it. Okay. BP Earthwatch said we had an earthquake, which I got over 78,000 views on that, and everybody's agreeing with me now. And hey, maybe you're Jesse and you're trying to, or Paul, and you're trying to stop the freedom and stop the what you call it. Really doesn't matter what you stop. I've got enough evidence. You pull for Donald Trump, that is good friends with Trump, that's good friends with Obama, and on top of that, don't back out. I want to tell you what you wanted, the news. You wanted it, right? I'm gonna give it to you. I promise you. Just give me a moment. Remember when BP Earthwatch said we had an earthquake in Louisiana, and I told him that it was not an earthquake, it was a bomb by the U.S. Navy, and he threatened me. He threatened me. So I got on the phone with Kevin Shipp, ex-CIA, and he told me that he's working with CIA because he don't want you to know the truth, and he don't want you to have the real truth. It's not been earthquakes, folks, and I'll tell you this. If it's an earthquake, then you would have a tsunami. Okay? Okay? Hold on, I'm not even done. That was a submarine hitting the ground, or hitting underground into the water in the ocean. That is what the earthquake was. Maybe the USGS said it was an earthquake, but I got news for you. I got news for you. When the submarine hits the west coast and hits the plates, I told you so. Everything that I have said on both of my YouTube channels has been coming true. Just like the Hurricane Lane that hit none other than you know where. Do you remember where? Do you remember where? Where the sheep is crying right now and they're getting slaughtered by the goats? Hawaii. It's not even done. Hurricane Norman Bates is coming. I just told you. Swope. I've been telling you. Dude, I'm telling you right now, dude. If you're here to troll me, I'm going to knock you off my channel. Not just knock you off your channel. I'm going to find out where you live. And I'm going to give it to Anonymous. Because I'm telling you, I'm not playing games anymore. Anybody that bullies me or trolls me, I find their address, where they live, and then I'll say, who's trolling who now? I'm just saying, man, I'm not here to play games. You can subscribe to me, unsubscribe to me, but I promise you this, you won't get the real news like I have been giving it. Because if you're not noticed, everybody else's channel's disappearing. Am I right? I believe so. Jim Beck is one of them. So, just want you to know this, okay? Kevin Shipp told me that it was not an earthquake in North Korea. When Paul Begley said it was an earthquake, a 6.0, they were testing missiles underground. There's your another lie. There's your other lie. Why so serious? Here you go. There's your proof. I've got other things to do. I got another video coming out later on. You can either watch or not. It doesn't really matter to me no more. Y'all are scared as hell, and that's why you keep on asking for proof. I've already been giving you proof. My proof is on both of my YouTube channels. I don't have to say it anymore. And everything is coming true. Everything. Just get ready. World War III is about to start. Have a nice day. I'm out. And by the way, you ask me more questions like you have, I'm going to be like Nick Saban. Because I enjoy messing with the press that's fake.